Our problem is the disobedience of Allah Ta'ala. Yes, there are other minor things, secondary things. This is the primary issue, which is the reason for all the issues that we have, the difficulties and hardships. This is what we have to now rectify, make sincere tawbah. Just to finish off on one incident, one person came to Ibrahim bin Adham rahmatullah alayhi, and he said to him that I am in this life of sin and disobedience, but I want to come out of this. What is the way of this? How do I come out of it? So it's okay, I will tell you, give you some prescription, you hold on to this, inshallah you come out of it. He said, please tell me. He said, okay, step number one, whenever you want to sin, then first stop eating the rizq of Allah Ta'ala. Don't eat Allah Ta'ala's rizq anymore. He says, but how can I survive then? If I stop eating, all rizq is from Allah Ta'ala. Nothing on earth is from anybody else, and anywhere in the universe. So how can I survive without that? Does it behove of a servant of Allah Ta'ala to eat his rizq and disobey him? Allah is providing, we eat his rizq and get that strength from his rizq, and now we disobey him with that strength. Does it behove of a person to do this? Meaning, put this deep down in your heart. Focus on this, reflect upon it, remind yourself over and over again that I want to raise this hand in this direction, I want to press these buttons. Where the energy came from? The energy came from the rizq of Allah Ta'ala. If I didn't have that, I can't even lift this finger, forget press that button. And now I want to use this energy to disobey Allah Ta'ala. He said, what next? He said, well, if that is not enough for you, then if you want to sin and you're still eating the rizq of Allah Ta'ala, then don't sin on his land. Go somewhere else. He said, but everywhere is Allah Ta'ala's land. Whereas the heavens and the earth, the air, everything is Allah Ta'ala's. Does it behove of a person now then standing and living on Allah Ta'ala's land and disobeying Allah Ta'ala? He said, well, what next? He said, well, if you can't even, this too is not enough to stop you, that you're eating Allah's rizq, you're staying on his land, but you still want to sin, then go sin somewhere where Allah won't see you. So where can I go and sin where Allah won't see me? Allah Ta'ala is all knowing, all seeing. يَعْلَمُ خَائِنَةَ الْأَعْيُنُ وَمَا تُخْفِي الصُّدُورِ. He knows the deception of the eye, what is in the depths of the heart, he knows that also. So he says, well then the least is, you see when the angel of death will come to take your soul, then at that time you tell him, look, please, I wasted my life, I was watching haram all the time, I wasn't performing my salah, my akhlaq was terrible, I was doing all these things, now just give me 1 month, I'm going to sort everything out. You come back 1 month's time. You come back 6 months' time. Says the angel of death, don't wait for anybody. The angel of death at that appointed moment, whether a person likes it or not, he's going to take him. So he says, does it make any sense then, that when you don't know when's the time of your death, and when the angel of death comes, you are not going to be able to stall that in any way, that you're still carrying on in this life of heedlessness? That with any moment your life could be now suddenly taken away? He says, well, the last thing is then, that on the day of Qiyamah, when the angels are going to then drag you towards Jahannam, tell them I'm not coming. He says, who can ever do that? Who will ever have that choice or ability to now resist and refrain from what the angels are going to do at that time? He says, well then think about all this and settle it deep down in your heart, focus upon it, reflect upon it repeatedly until this becomes a condition of your heart. When this becomes a condition of your heart, this will become a barrier between you and sin. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala give us all the tawfiq that we come onto the life of taqwa and righteousness. We start earnestly preparing for the Mubarak month of Ramadan. We increase our amal. We start making sincere tawbah istighfar. All 5 salah with jama'ah in the house of Allah Ta'ala, in the masjid, increasing our tilawat of the Quran Sharif, engaging in zikr, tasbihat, dua. And in this way, inshallah, we will get prepared for the Mubarak month of Ramadan. That will become a month of tremendous benefit for us. Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah.